Our goal today is really to get some tips and tricks, some everyday productivity hacks that you can use right away. My name is Sasha Thackaberry-Voinovich, for those of you who don't know me. And I started a university with a bunch of amazing folks who believe that we can make university education, short form, long form credentials, highly affordable, high quality, and really relevant in an AI world. All right, so I'm just going to get started and jump in. We have branded our live learning studio, and so we are going to be having weekly webinars and more throughout from here on forever. All right, so does anyone know what technology I'm using at the moment? Pop quiz. Just put it in the chat. All right, I'm gonna spoil it. It's Gamma. It's a tool called Gamma. There is a free version of this tool, and it has the ability to create these really beautiful presentations really quickly. What we're not doing today is going through a whole bunch of content development tools, but we will be having a presentation in the future that focuses on content development tools. So right now we are focusing on productivity tools. All right, so this is really about maximizing your time and your productivity, essentially superpowering you for this new wide AI world that we've all been living in for the past few years that is only going to continue to accelerate. And really, we're focusing on sort of 6 core things today. So we're going to start with level 1, which, as you can see, is basic email intelligence. And then we are going to go all the way to using Notebook LM, which many of you may have already heard of. There are other tools that do each of these things. So the examples that I'm showing you are just from some of the big ones in the field, but you can ask AI what some other alternative tools are if you want to try this in other ways. So the first thing I'm going to go into is basic daily productivity pieces. So how can you use your email inbox and your own Google Drive or your own Microsoft OneDrive? How can you maximize your own tools that you already have? And you probably are aware that these tools are invading every single type of technology that you have. You may know about some of them, but not all of them. And so I actually did in advance because I wanted to use my For Real inbox, but I also did not want to make it completely overly obvious every single person I've been emailing with. And so I created in advance this video on how to use some of those, just 2 of the quick functionalities that exist native in your Gmail. Now we use Google here at our organization, and you may not use these universal tools. But this is the paid version, right? So this is actually Google Workspace. If you are using a free version of Google, you may have some different functionality limitations. And also keep that in mind. I will be sharing some things from our dear friends at OpenAI and some components with that. And so again, there are sort of different free and paid versions of these. This is a pretty simple way to interact with your email. So you just go up to your happy little Google star, and then you can ask it to do whatever it is you need it to do. So here I'm asking it to give me an overview of my meetings for the next day, including who I'm going to be meeting with, and any background. And the important thing to note here is that AI will not always do exactly what you tell it to do. So you have to either tell it what to do in different ways, try different ways. That's all called prompt engineering. It fits under this prompt engineering bucket. Or you can actually prepare in advance some prompts that you want to be using regularly. It will be learning as you go, and it also has some really interesting formatting hacks, right? So it says it was unable to find specific professional information, but this is my calendar for tomorrow, right? And so then I'm going to ask it, I'm going to prompt it again, and I'm going to ask for more sort of background information on a specific thing that I'm looking for. In this case, it's for strategic planning. And what my good friend Gemini is going to do is actually go way back in time. So there's even something that happened, like it dated last year. And it'll tell you, okay, here is an overview of what this is. This is an overview of what this is. This is the last document I found. And it's very specific about that, which is really helpful. Now, note that in this, what I just showed you was real time. I did not change the timing on it. That was actually how long it took for it to look at things. Now, I've done other things as well with it. You can ask it to bring in information from other places, right? So you can say, also look up this person's professional profile, and it'll bring it right in. Various levels of success with that, but it can be a huge time saver when you're meeting with someone and you forget the context of all of the emails that you had back and forth with them a couple of months ago. And so that can be a very helpful tool. And remember, again, that all of these are tools. You can use a tool effectively or not so effectively. And so we're going to focus on just how we can make these a little bit more effective. Those file summaries I find to be incredibly helpful. So also, if you have a virtual note taker, right? So for example, right now in this webinar, we are recording it, it's getting a transcript, and then we'll also be able to see an overview. If you go back, say you were in a different webinar of your own, or you were watching a video that, say, a vendor sent you. If you have those things in your Drive, it'll give you a little summary. And it isn't just Google that does this. You'll be able to do this in Microsoft. You'll be able to do this in other tools. It'll give you a little summary. Things to note, the summaries are really based on the text that it finds. So for example, the little micro video that I just showed you that doesn't have any audio on it, it won't give you an overview because it's taking the overview from the words, right? They are large language models after all.